here again with a second opinion. My friend Chris Mack, one of the first Brews reviews to really feature Mr. Meek here and his second opinion. All right, so the beer that we're doing, of course, is the
Stochasticity
Project, Grapefruit Slam IPA. All right, so we have the 3 beer glasses here. It's already poured out, so Chris is going to try it out of the snifter, the pint glass, and the tulip, give his overall opinion of the beer, best beer glass, and generally talk about it. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to him after he has an opportunity to actually try this. And just to give a background while he's trying that, Chris is coming around, I think, more to the hops, the West Coast hops IPA, prior to, I guess, fairly recently.
The fresh stuff.
The fresher stuff.
The go-to was the first. Like, I was like,
Enjoy.
everybody's like on the West Coast all about the hops, and you know, I've had plenty of hoppy beers over the years, but now I'm really starting to get into the fresh and the dry hopping. Yeah. So I'm starting to appreciate the both of those fresh
hops
and dry
forward
hops.
Beers.
Yes. I'm not getting anywhere near what I thought I was going to get out of it. You know, I see the project and I'm thinking there's going to be a lot going on in this. If I didn't know it was a grapefruit, I certainly would not say there's any grapefruit in this. A little bit of floral, tiny, maybe a little bit of citrus, but...
Alright, so you can see from your efforts to get an aroma out of this that this is not the potent aroma beer that you'd expect from something called Grapefruit Slam IPA.
Now, as far as the flavor, there's a little bit of sweetness. Again, it is rooty. I mean, I'm probably going to be tasting this for the next 15 minutes. On the very back end, I can get a little bit of a grapefruity, rindy. Like when you cut in and you dig into a grapefruit and you get that back rind of it, I can get a little bit on the finish. But again, if I didn't see grapefruit on it, I don't think I'd be picking it up. I wouldn't be looking for it for sure.
I'd say it's an element of the beer, but it's not featured enough to be part of the name.
No, it's not
really,
slamming.
from what you'd expect. Before we get to your overall opinion of this beer, as far as the beer glasses are concerned, is there any particular one that you feel is superior to another, or do you think they're all basically the same? Doesn't really make a difference?
I would say the tulip, just because if I'm going to get my nose in there, I want to get my nose in there and
so
get as much as I can out of what they do with it.
But as far as the taste is concerned, not huge.
No, it's not a huge, to me, not a huge difference.
Alright, so tulip then for Chris would be his recommended glass here. Alright, so how do you feel about the beer itself? Do you recommend it? Would you poop on it?
Try
if.
Try if.
Well, I think that shows then that since, well, as I mentioned, our sensibilities with IPAs, I was definitely on the verge between the two. You're down in the try F, and I think that reflects our kind of feelings about hoppy beers.
I am, and right now, I can fully feel it scraping everything out of my mouth, and coming from Go-To IPA, I would lean more on that than this.
Really? Okay. What he's referring to is he had a bottle of Stone's Go-To IPA, which is their session IPA. It's a 4.5%, just kind of really, really simple IPA with like mega high bitterness. It's chock full of hops. It's exactly how they wanted it. So it's a very drinkable but extremely hoppy beer that they had. So you actually prefer the Go-To session over this. Oh, interesting. All right, well, that definitely shows different sides of this beer. It's a little bit of a divergent beer, so it's not that kind of hold it up on high Stone IPA. It's not the Enjoy by, something we both, I think, like equally and really, really enjoy. So this one's a little bit more of a, divides us a bit, but you obviously know how you feel about hops, I'm guessing, if you're watching this, so you'll know if this is something that you really want to try. But so you definitely give it a try if. I'm in between.
Bitter like my grandpa. That's all I'm going to say.
That's all we have to say for the second opinion of Grapefruit Slam IPA Drewsbury Review. Second opinion, Mr. Mick here, this beer, and us saying cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right. So there we go. Go to drewsbrewsreviews.com for more video and written beer reviews. Follow me on Twitter at DrewBrewReviews. Leave off the first two S's for savings. For the latest on big beer releases and PA events.